Should I just like unplug this? It's not. You know what? This isn't attached to anything. I'm unplugging it, but I'm using it as a prop. Hi, welcome back to Helenasaurus. Here I do cosplay and fail. And today's failure is a Bouette crown that I made 2 weeks ago for my Bouette cosplay. I had some issues trying to articulate myself as I was doing it, so now I have to come back and do voiceover. Don't like that. I started by making just a little template, 3.5 inches wide, and at the apex it was also 3.5 inches. And I just took that, did it 4 times, cut it out, beam bamboo. It was done easy. I was like, this is gonna be easy. I dremeled it down. Little PSA here. You need to wear the correct protection for your eyes and lungs when you're working with EVA. It's very toxic. It's not good to breathe in. When you're using Plastidip, not good to breathe in. When you're using contact cement, it's not good to breathe in. Anyway, that aside, I dremeled it. Wearing my mask, had my eye protection on. It seems like a little ridiculous because you're like, this is just foam, it's not gonna hurt my eyes, right? You wear them in case the drill bit falls off while you're drilling. If it comes flying off, you're gonna lose an eye. You're wearing your safety, you're gonna be more okay. Your likelihood of okay goes through the roof. Dremeled it, heat sealed it, took it outside, put it together with contact cement. Everything was fine. Oh, hold on. Hello. It's wrong, you say. Everything's wrong and I need to do it again? Well, at least the balls I have attached stop work, right? Oh, to shreds, you say? They went to shreds? So it didn't work. It looks like a Princess Peach crown, or Rosalina, or any Daisy, any of those. It's the wrong shape. I wish there was something that I could say, especially to those who are maybe getting into cosplay and happen to stumble across this video, about how it's okay to feel disappointed when you ruin really expensive supplies, but it just sucks. I was really not happy in this moment. After going through as an art major, you really come to learn that part of creativity is the exploration. And in exploration, you're going to fail more than once. And that's just how creativity goes. And so when you're cosplaying, you're going to make a draft and it's not gonna work and you just gotta do it again. My advice for you and my advice for myself is to do a paper mock-up first before you cut EVA foam. Try it out on paper first and then see if your pattern works. I did it all over again. I did it all over again. But this time, 1, I think I made it a little bit shorter. It was a little bit too tall for me. And 2, on the top of the square, I took it out by, I believe, a 1/2 inch on either side. So that way I had a geometry is correct. If not, I'll insert the correct shape. Anyway, I had some shape and then the triangle on top, but because of the flare, it actually is now going to look like the crown of Bowsette / Bouette in my case. And so I did it all over again. I spent like 5 hours dremeling. I had to heat seal it. And now, because it was multiple pieces and not just one piece, I had to contact cement all of it. I took both crowns. I did still Plastidip the other crown, my first crown, because I thought that, why not? Plastidip it. This is actually where I found out that the ball ID doesn't work, but I thought it was quite clever. I noticed at the top of the crown, there's little balls attached, right? Dug around my house and I found these little styrofoam sparkly Dollar Tree accessories that my parents got for my New Year's Eve party. Now this is perfect. It will work great. It's the correct size, and why won't it work? Because styrofoam cannot be Plastidip. But I Plastidipped it. Few coats on, outside, open air, do not Plastidip inside. But open air, it was all good-ish, really. To attach the little balls on top of the crown, I was a little bit worried of how I was going to get them to stay there. So I thought wooden dowel, right? Like I could just use a little wooden dowel and poke it in, right? But how would I have a wooden dowel for something so small? And it came from toothpicks. And actually it worked quite well. I chopped up the toothpick and I just used that to temporarily stabilize them as I hot glued them. So here's a little clip of the best gold paint for cosplay. I believe the name is Folk Art Gold. Okay, and you can see the bottle. This looks like liquid gold in person. It is by far the best gold paint that you can get for cosplay. So I knew that I needed to seal the sparkly balls on top. I didn't really know what I was going to do that. And so my thing was I could use Mod Podge because you can seal EVA foam sometimes horribly with Mod Podge. So I thought, well, that's what I'll do with, I don't have Mod Podge. I couldn't do it. The idea out the window, I'm not going to Walmart. I'll just use paint. And so that's what I did, and it actually worked. I just dabbed on the paint with like a paintbrush, and it worked for this just fine. That was sealed. I painted those gold, and I moved on to the inside puff. Now, I don't have any video of me sewing this, but literally I just took a square, folded it over, sewed it up, stuffing and old stuff in it. I mainly used like old stuffing from a pillow that was broken, and sew that back up. So before you put the stuffing into the pink puff, what I would recommend, if your fabric is not polka dotted like mine wasn't, you should probably put fabric paint and draw little white polka dots on it. I didn't do that because I wasn't too worried. This isn't a serious cosplay. I just wanted photos in it and to do it. So I took the handy dandy hot glue and I hot glued it and just stuffed it on in. I did have the little gold ball that goes on the inside of the crown on standby. No, I didn't forget it. Don't even ask. I noticed on the crown that like it goes in on the center. So I took some needle and thread and I threaded it through, pulled it down so there was tension and it made the cushion part-ish. Yeah, it didn't turn out that well, but then on top of that, used hot glue again and whoop. So I put on the eyes. They're wonky. They're not in the right place. And so at that point, I had something like this. It may be slightly big, and when I show the glamour shots at the end, you can judge for yourself whether or not you want to scale this down. One thing that I don't know if I filmed is this. And this was it's just elastic at the bottom, crisscrossed over, and that way I could put bobby pins and attach it to my head. Trying to think what else. Yeah, once I did it correctly, it was simple. I would totally recommend doing this project, even if you're a beginner. I'm a beginner, and I did it by myself with no help. So you can do it. That's it for this video. Very simple. Thank you for watching. Ooh, I don't want to say it, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Don't like saying that. Anyway, I think next week I'm doing Spider-Gwen. Or Sophie. I don't know. Maybe Spider-Gwen. Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see Spider-Gwen or my beginnings of Sophie Hatter from Howl's Moving Castle? Oh god, it's moving. But thank you. Bye.